What's up, guys? Y'all know who it is. You know what it is. Your boy JP, the install guy. Hoping to make your install life a little bit easier. Today we're going to do another product review. This is going to be a review of the Sony XAV-AX4000. It is a 7-inch touchscreen. I think we will go ahead and consider this a long nose radio, not the short nose radio. We do have the buttons right across the bottom. It is an oversized single DIN, but so you cannot mount this in a single DIN dash kit because this is not meant to hang over. It is meant to go into a double DIN dash kit with a full double DIN trim around it. This does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both wireless and wired, and it is also Maestro iData-Link ready and Sirius XM ready. On the back of this radio, you're going to have your antenna port right here. It takes your aftermarket Motorola style plug. Your Bluetooth microphone is going to go into this red 3.5mm jack, and then your steering wheel control wire remote will go inside the blue 3.5mm jack. This right here is going to be your GPS signal antenna female connector, and then right here you have both the 4-pin iData-Link connector and the iData-Link audio cable connector right here. Now this connector is going to be for your RCA jacks. It's going to be a wire that we're going to go over in just a few seconds. Right here you have your USB-C charging, your power port connector right here with the 10 amp fuse, and we do have the Sirius XM V300 connector right here on the right side. Inside the box, you're going to have your regular wire harness. I do have a video showing you guys what all these wire colors mean. I will link that for you down in the description. This right here is going to be your antenna for your integrated GPS. This is supposed to help your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, even though this doesn't have built-in navigation. Having this will kind of help the navigation that you use from your cell phone. That's what I'm told. This right here is going to be your Bluetooth microphone. It's going to come with two ways of mounting this. You're going to have the clip, and then you're also going to have this little deal right here with a side of 3M double stick tape to where you can mount it somewhere on top of the dash. Right here is going to go into that port that we was telling you about. You're going to have two RCAs for the front, two RCAs for the rear. You're going to have one single sub output. Sony does the mono, not the left and right stereo output. And you're going to have a camera input for your backup camera. Right here you're going to have your things like a 3-foot or 4-foot USB-C charging extension, so you can plug that in the back, run this to the glove box or somewhere inside the car. And then we also have the steering wheel Sony remote. This is going to be like your key 1, key 2 wires with your steering wheel control ground, because if you don't have a module, I think that you can plug this inside the back, extend these wires to the steering wheel control wires inside your vehicle, and you can actually physically map the steering wheel controls inside the radio. We'll take a look at that at a little bit later. So we're actually going to be installing this today inside of a 05 Mercury SUV. So let me go ahead and get this thing wired up, get the dash kit on, and then we can actually check out some of the features on the inside so you can see what that's all about. Alright, so I want to go ahead and show you guys the initial setup. This is the first time it actually being cut on. Of course, I still have the dash kind of disassembled, so kind of bear with me. Right up at the top, you have the language that you can pick. We're going to leave it on English. Demo mode. We're going to turn the demo mode off. What that demo mode is to basically just let you know about all the features that this Sony radio is capable of doing. They have a bunch of different wallpapers that just decide to pop up on their own, and then it goes through its own little slideshow. Now, you don't just want that happening every single time, so that's why you turn the demo mode off. Now, set date and time, you want to change that format, you can do it there. Time format, 12-hour clock or 24-hour clock, you can change that if you want to do military time. We're going to keep that the same. Let's go up here and just change it, and we're going to set that. We're going to set that. So when we go back, our date and time is all set, so now we're going to click OK. And it's going to give you, hey, for safety, obey the traffic regulations, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to click close. And this is what our front screen actually looks. Down here at the bottom, you cannot slide that menu like the other Sonys. It's because you have your dedicated ones down here at the bottom. If you want to go to all the rest of the apps that this thing has to offer, then you would press all apps. When we click on radio, so we can change the radio stations like this, and it's actually scanning to the nearest one, or we can go to manual and it will go to each individual station. If we want to save one of those as a preset, we will come over here, press and hold, and then as you can see, it saves it as this preset. Go back here and we'll press home to go home. Next, you're going to have Sirius XM. This is how you're able to actually control your Sirius XM within the radio. This will not work right now because we do not have the V300 installed, so you will not be able to do that, but this does have that capability. You just have to have the plug inside the back. So now when we press that and then go to Bluetooth, it's going to show us Sony's interface for Bluetooth, where your signal strength and battery life will show up there at the top. And then if we go over here to more apps and hit phone, then you're going to see Sony's interface for their phone menu, where you can do at your call history, ingoing, outgoing, receive calls will all be here, automatic redial, your contacts, and the dial pad to where you can actually make a phone call. And these will be your 6 top people who you talk to often. You'll be able to set them up as kind of like a speed dial from this menu. Now, if you don't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay embedded in your phone or downloaded on your phone, when you pair your phone up to this radio, you will use Sony's interface for Bluetooth wireless streaming by hitting that button, and the telephone menu by hitting this button. If you have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay already paired up with this radio because it's on your phone, when you hit these two, it's going to automatically go to the Android Auto or the Apple CarPlay. We go back to settings, go back to device connection and hit that I, and we want to actually forget this device or just disconnect. We will all do it from here, or if you want to start Android Auto, you want to make sure you do it there as well. That may actually be a good feature for some of you guys, because you may hook your phone up and Android Auto or Apple CarPlay is not actually working wirelessly. You might need to go into this menu and actually start it. Now, when it comes to rear camera, if your rear camera is hooked up to ignition, when you press it, it will display it right here, but we have that hooked up to reverse, so it will say video not detected because it is not actually powered as of this second. Now, instead of going to settings, I do want to hit that arrow to go to all apps, and it will just show you the other drop down menu that we have right here. If we have something inside the USB slot, you'll be able to click that. If you have a flash drive with music on it, then you can put that inside your USB and you'll be able to play the music off of there just like an MP3 player. Also, if you want to actually update the firmware on this radio, you will have to do it through the USB as well. Now, as far as devices, that's just going to show you all the devices that you have paired up here. Whether you want to add a new device or you want to delete, you would do that at that section. Now let's click on settings. You're going to have device connection, which we already went through that shortcut when we was in the other menu. You're going to have sound settings to where you can do your balance, your fade, listening position is going to be more of your time alignment, crossovers down here at the back. You're going to be able to turn on your high pass filter for your front and your rear, and a low pass filter for your sub. And you also have, let's see how much of a dB octave. Oh wow, 48 dB octave. That's going to actually determine how steep you want your slope. If you guys don't understand anything about crossovers, I will make sure that I link that video so you guys understand that more in depth, and it is detailed for beginners, but the fact that this goes down to 48 dB octave, that is pretty impressive. Subwoofer output level is how you're going to adjust the amount of RCA signal that's going to your dedicated sub RCA going to the amp. And EQ is where we can go in here and look at some of these preloaded genre EQs for whatever music that you're listening to, or you can go off, and I'm pretty sure we can go in here and create our own 13 band EQ, and you have from 50 hertz all the way up to, what's that, 17.3 thousand hertz. So it gives you a pretty good wide range. And then we go down here to system. This is going to bring up the date, the time, the demo mode, but we also have those steering wheel controls that I was telling you about. In here, you can actually map the steering wheel controls by turning this on, and then you'll actually press what you want, and then you'll hold volume up on your steering wheel controls, and then once it's recognized from the radio, it will set itself. This vehicle does not have steering wheel controls, so we're not going to actually be messing with that. But with that being said, I think that you might not have to have a steering wheel control module with this. Don't quote me on that, but the fact that it has the 3.5 millimeter jack and it has 3 wires on it, the key 1, key 2, and steering wheel control ground. If you have analog, which is like resistance based steering wheel controls inside your vehicle, then you should be able to take those wires, to the steering wheel control wires inside your car, map them inside of here, and not have to worry about buying a module. And that's about it for this one. So if you guys find any type of value in the video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment if you want to. At this time, I would like to give a special shout out to Rexron and Matt Franklin, along with 28 other Patreon supporters who decided to actually support the channel. You guys don't have to, but you found enough value to give me a little extra thanks, and all that is greatly appreciated and goes a long way with me. Our product links will be in the description for you guys who want to go ahead and grab this radio to install in your own vehicle. Don't forget that we will have those introduction to car audio courses coming very soon. And at the end of the day, this is your boy JP signing out. God bless you, and if you're going to do anything, make sure you keep going and keep growing. Peace.